Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for round 38 preview and predictions. We are well on the home straight. We've come up the slope. We've taken the last corner. We've rounded the last corner now, and we're really straight facing the finish line now, aren't we? After this one, 8 games to go of the 46 in the Championship. And we're going to make predictions for all 11 of them. Those eagle-eyed of you already, eagle-eyed, easy for me to say. We'll see on the bottom, we've got one FA Cup game. No Bournemouth this weekend. They'll be playing in the FA Cup. So we'll do a prediction for that one. Why the hell not as well? So we will be looking at 12 Championship, 12 games that involve Championship teams. There we go. Have I talked my way around any pedants telling me I'm getting it wrong? I think I have. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. We are going to go through each and every game. As ever, we're going to go from top down to bottom. And I would really love to get your predictions on each of these. I've often got pretty solid ideas of my own, but sometimes I don't, and I need the chat. I need the chat to tell me what to think sometimes, frankly. My brain just explodes. It's too full of Championship football nonsense. Right, we're getting the comments in a sec. Let's just do the plugs real quick. And big shout out to the Donovan brothers who sponsored the show in loving memory of Michael Donovan of South East London, a lifelong Millwall fan and admirer of this show. Thank you to the Donovan brothers. A great tribute. I've said that a million times this season, but nice people, really good people. Let's just plug Patreon because that's where the Donovans got involved. Exclusive shows there. The Thursday Q&A went up yesterday. Quick predictions of this will go up later today. Classics reviewed. More on the way as we go. I'd love to add a new show before the end of the season as well. That would be grand. You can support via Super Chat at any point during the broadcast. First Super Chat becomes the king of the bin. And you can get involved on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Hit the thumbs up. Comment, have your say, and share your knowledge. And make sure you subscribe. Ring the bell on YouTube. Never miss a video. Never miss a beat. Never miss a beat. I did the Kaiser Chiefs lyric the other day, didn't I? Shocking. What do we got here? Afternoon to Liam, Henry. Where's Ben? Was I late? I don't think I was late. I might have been a minute late. Sorry. Hello to all of these lovely people. Zach, Liam, Lee, another Liam. Bit of Snoop, just eat. Oh, was it? There you go. I'm in great company. Snoop Doggy Dog. The Watford Way. Jack, Mel, Mr. E, David. I'm not going to go there, dearie me. But what I do know is that Norwich have the most fence posts at their training ground out of any team in European football. Count them up. More fence posts there, painted really nicely as well. Let's get on with this and have a look at this weekend of fixtures. No Friday night game, so I'm doing Leeds and Fulham tonight. Brentford versus Forest is the Saturday lunchtime kickoff. Then the 3 p.m. Saturday games are Barnsley Wednesday, Bristol City Rotherham, Coventry Wickham, Millwall Borough, Norwich Blackburn, Preston Luton, Reading QPR, Stoke Derby, Watford Birmingham. Then we got a 5:30 there, Swansea Cardiff. Ignore Huddersfield Bournemouth at the bottom. It's not until April, but I guess that was the game that should have been played by Millwall. Hence, a little ghost in the sofa score machine there. Right, get your predictions in. I'm going to name this one the Chris Sutton Derby or the Tom Tribal Derby. There we go. It's Norwich versus Blackburn. Get your predictions in. Norwich versus Blackburn. Norwich played really well and without Emi Buendia to beat Forest in midweek. And they have 9 straight wins. This could be number 10 as they get ever closer to the finish line. They can start freewheeling, take their feet off the pedals, and just zoom downhill all the way now for the rest of the season. Just put your prediction in either Norwich draw or Blackburn in for this one. Blackburn very, very hit and miss at the moment. Bit scattergun. Look there, lost one, lost draw. The stability of the team has changed a little bit. We're getting different selections every single week from Blackburn as well. So it looks somewhat a tall order. Oh, look at that. Referee Stroud. That'll be fun for Norwich and Blackburn fans there. It looks a very tall order for Blackburn to get anything from Norwich. The one I looked at where I thought the winning streak might end was Forest. And they had that done within about 15 minutes, didn't they? Home form, Norwich catching Watford now. We've always said Watford have had that imperious home form. Norwich only 3 points behind Watford on the home form. Now, Blackburn's away form. Well, they won their last away game, which was Millwall, but 4 straight defeats on the screen there before then. So, look, I played my joker on Norwich the other day. So, with my fingers well and truly burnt, I'm going to go ahead of the comments, but I'll read them. Don't worry. Home win for Norwich. I am predicting a 10th straight victory for them there. Canaries. Let's have a look in the chat here. What do we got here? There we go. Lewis, DM me about that. There we go. Right. Eddie the Eagle on my top. Although Eddie the Eagle didn't fly very far, did he? Right. Home, Norwich, home. Bradley Johnson derby. Nice. Home, draw. Home. Blackburn, 10 in a row. Norwich, no point predicting this. Norwich. Farker on a horse. That has to go down as one of the worst football chants. And there have been many, haven't they? Norwich. There we go. Let's just scroll through all of these. I think, good point about Dak. Great player and horrible injuries. Chris Sutton derby, I was in there. Nice. Comfortable home win. Blackburn, because Norwich are getting a bit much. Yeah, right. There we go. So, look, I'm going home. I think, what did I call it the other night? Perfect storm now with Norwich. They're just in the groove. Squad looks the best. The manager looks the best. They've got the best player in the league, the best sporting director, got the most broadcast income. They've made it count. They've nailed it. Nailed it, I hear you say. So we should probably move on and talk about Watford versus Birmingham. Watford, them with the silly good home record. Birmingham, them with the new manager. I'm calling this the Tommy Mooney derby, who was a great player for Watford. If you go down to Watford nowadays, he's always there doing the Hive TV thing. Tommy Mooney, excellent player. Any Tommy Mooney comments would be well and truly appreciated in the chat. So get your predictions in. Give me Watford, draw, or Birmingham. Watford are in fine form and are timing their chase rather beautifully. And it is 8 wins in 9 for the Hornets, which has put them 3 points ahead of Swansea, 5 points ahead of Brentford, of course, both of which clubs have a game in hand. Watford are scary good at home. They've even got more points than Norwich at home. So they're clicking at just the right time. The formation changes kind of been a big part of this. The 4-3-3 and Sema and Sarr and whoever down the middle, João Pedro, Gray, maybe even Deeney might fit back into that before now and the end of the season. So Watford looking great. Birmingham had a really good round the other day, winning at home in Lee Bowyer's first game, whilst nobody else down there won. Look at that. From 15th downwards in midweek, Birmingham were the only winners. So they had a great start under Bowyer. Birmingham, strangely, are better away than they are at home, but this is a tall order to go to Watford and win. Look at that. 44 points from your home games. Superb stuff from Watford at home. Birmingham have got 5 away wins. They've only got 5 away defeats. Look at that. half as many as Preston and Blackburn, Luton, and then those bottom 4 in the away table there. So they've been better away from home than they have at home, but that doesn't reckon Watford's imperious home form, does it? Let's have a look, see what you guys are saying. Zola Derby. I love that, Russ. Great shout, that is. Martin Taylor Derby. We're going to get loads of these, won't we? What else have we got here? Do you think Watford can catch Norwich? No. Tommy Mooney, I was right in there. Don't rub my eye. I know, I'm being good. How can we get bored of talking about it? Well, they're not officially the best championship side ever until they score more points than every other championship side. And they got to win a lot more games to do that. So calm yourselves down, Norwich fans. I know you love the little small victories, Norwich fans, but calm down, enjoy the big picture. And if you do score 107 points, everybody here in the chat, and me included, will all go like that. Well done. And then go and deal with the Premier League, yeah? Let's have a look here. Watford. Draw, Watford. Got a couple of away in there. Upset draw, Watford. 2-1 Blues. Got a feeling. I got a feeling. Oh, the manager bounce. There it comes. Let's read John's. He's always good on Blues. I'd love to say away win, but I think we'll do really well to get a point out of this narrow home win. Yeah, they just get it done, don't they, Watford? Leave my pessimism at the door. David there, our sponsor. Marlon King Derby. Nice. Watford, but the Blues will fight for every ball if midweek. If they do lose, will Dean shrug it off? Nice. Birmingham will put up a fight. We'll have far more chances. Draw. There we go. Right. I'm with you guys in the chat. I just think Watford will have too much. I think it'll be more competitive than under Karanka, but home win for Watford. And what would that be? 9 wins in 10 to potentially match what Barnsley have done in the last 10 games. Obviously, they're playing again at the weekend. Right, on we go. Swansea versus Cardiff. Now, there's a couple of polls out about the Saturday Super Stream at the moment, and possibly me starting at 3 p.m. and then carrying on into Swansea Cardiff. It's quite heavily in favour of me doing that at the moment. So it looks like we're going to be watching this one and staying on the Saturday Super Stream until like 7:30 or something. So do come and join me for a huge, gargantuan Welsh derby here. Can Swansea beat Cardiff? There's a lot of anecdotal information here that says this is going to be close, isn't it? Get your predictions in. Swansea, draw, or Cardiff. Go for it. Swansea, draw, or Cardiff. Bit of a trend downwards for Swansea recently. We normally think that the results come after the performance. So with a team at the top of the table, you can get a performance drop and the results keep coming. And then if the performance drop sustains, the results drop off. And a few people have been predicting that we're going to see the points drop off for Swansea. Some late wins, some tight wins. And then we did get the defeat that looked like it was coming. Heavy one at Bournemouth. Can Steve Cooper reset Swansea now and get them going again? We did the other Welsh derby and Swansea were so good. They were really, really good. And Jamal Lowe scored twice. And it was a really good win in the return game. Cardiff are also trending downwards in a far worse way than Swansea are, to be fair. If you look at the numbers, Swans have still got 10 points in 5. Cardiff have 6 points in 5. So far more a tail off. And Cardiff's playoff push, well, they just didn't reckon on Barnsley's ludicrous run at the moment. And Barnsley are now 9 points ahead of Cardiff. So the playoffs are a little bit closer than that, 6 points. But there's still traffic in the way. Woodgate and Warnock also chasing Reading there in 6th position. Let's look at the home and aways. Get your predictions in. Swansea and Cardiff here. Swans home form, 2 points per game there, 2 points per game plus. So very good. 4 wins in the last 5. The only defeat in there came to Bristol City. Cardiff's away form is good, and it's Mick. They love a draw, don't they? And before we go into your comments, I will say 2 managers that know how to defend going against each other here. So I think we might get a few draws in the predictions. But let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. The new manager bounce is definitely real. Prove it, Zach. Go on. Give me the numbers. 1-1 draw. Shaley. Well, Russ, we all know what happens if Shaley disapproves. I'm doing Forest Brentford, aren't we? So we will bow to the main man then. She's female. But yeah, of course, I'll do what my missus tells me. Don't we all? Draw, away. Attritional draw. Nice extra there, Chris. Draw, Cardiff. Win or bust, I think that should say. For Cardiff. Draw, Cardiff. Swans, very, very little love on Swans, even though they're at home in this one. Cardiff, draw, Swans, Cardiff. Neither of them done the double. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm the dude. Nice. Have we got Stephen Cook at Derby? I thought someone would have one in there. 0-0. Red card apiece. That sounds fun. There we go. Bread and buttered. Absolutely. I know where my bread is buttered. I'm onto a winner there, aren't I? I'm going to go with you lot then. I'm doing it. 2 managers who know how to defend. 2 teams trending down, scared of losing. Draw! Which would be really good news for Watford and Brentford, wouldn't it? Well, let's talk about Brentford next because they are at home to Forest in the early kickoff. Now, this is going to be a real interesting one. Obviously, Forest were dismantled by Norwich in the week. And I think we're going to get a bit of a sense of how Norwich are cruising and Brentford are in a bit more of a grind than Norwich up at the top of the table. I think it'll be a lot tighter, this one. Get your predictions in. Brentford, draw, or Forest in this one. The Bees, not 100% convincing recently, but give or take a silly second half against Derby where they were 2-0 up. And obviously, with full credit to Derby for getting it back. But if you're 3rd or 4th in the league and you're 2 up at half time, you should be able to take that one to the finish line, shouldn't you? So Brentford, 4 points in the last 3. And at the moment, with what Watford are doing and even what Barnsley are doing, that's not enough. That is not enough. So good news, though, because Pontus Jansson was back. De Silva will be back after the international break and Henry then after that as well. Tony's still banging the goals in, although penalties the last couple, but goals are goal, isn't it? Not all goals are equal, I know. I'm not seeing a whoosh trend up for the end of the season. We might get it from Brentford going forward now, but are they letting Watford get into a bit of a lead? I know we've all said Watford need a lead with 4 games to go. We've all looked at the fixtures and we all know that there is still a chance for Brentford and Swansea, even if Watford are, say, within 2, 3, 4 points. There is still a chance there that Watford dropped points over the last 4 games. Anyway, should be talking about Brentford and Forest. Forest are slipping. We all saw a difficult run coming, didn't we? So this is sort of proving itself now. Completely demolished by Norwich, weren't they? Draw with Reading. They've lost to Watford. They lost to Luton at home as well. And is this the last? Someone will check me. If someone can fact check me, that'd be great. Is this the last of the tricky Forest games? I think they'll be all right come what may, but a difficult one here. Let's look at the homes and aways. Home form for Brentford, lovely. 5th best in the league. Only that thrilling Barnsley performance, the only non-win in the last 5, but still, you'll take 12 points from every 5 home games, won't you? That'll do you. That'll do you, donkey. Forest down in 18th with the away form. But there has been difficult games, hasn't it? It's been a draw at Derby and defeat at Watford, but most teams have been losing away at Watford this season. Get your predictions in this one. What are you guys saying here? Right, okay. Brentford, draw. Brentford. Frankie's playing his joker there. Brentford, draw. Another away. Interesting. I'd love a Forest win, but can only see Brentford winning. Brentford. Any excuse to say my favourite Bristol City player ever. You can say your Bristol City favourite player anytime. Has anyone got a derby? Anyone played for Brentford and Forest? One coming off the top of my head. Someone will get one, won't they? Let's keep on scrolling through these. There we go. Cardiff away, says Mr. E. Thank you. Next one. So it doesn't get any easier for Forest. I think Brentford are going to win this game. I think they'll have too much, and I think Forest will be scoring their points later in the season. Home. So apologies there, Swansea fans. I've got Watford winning, Brentford winning, and Swansea drawing this weekend. So that would very much still play in Watford's favour. But the chase still on. And hey, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Don't you worry about that. Okay, let's move on to game number 5 as I procrastinate and wait for the ticker because I don't know what it is. Barnsley versus Sheffield Wednesday. Now, a key part of this involves Mr. Alex Mowat, who was red-carded against Wycombe in Barnsley's previous game. And the appeal is going in today, and they'll have an answer by 6 p.m. So it's almost like we'll be able to have a better prediction because obviously Barnsley are going to be better than Mowat without Mowat. They might be fine. Hey, look, Norwich won without Buendia quite easily, didn't they? And there's no evidence that Barnsley are in any way as reliant on Mowat. So stranger things have happened. They could be without Mowat for 3 games, though, but they seem very intent on the appeal, Barnsley. So watch this space on that one. Where is the game, I hear you say? It's at Barnsley. So an away trip for Wednesday. I was going to say Wednesday haven't been very good away from home, but in recent times, after that winning streak at home, haven't been good anywhere, have they? And it was only a draw this past midweek, but 7 straight defeats before then, wasn't it? Get your predictions in. Barnsley, draw, or Wednesday. Get your predictions in for this one. Let's do the homes and aways. Barnsley's home form. Obviously, Barnsley everywhere at the moment is ridiculous because they've got 9 wins in 10. Although the only non-winning game was at home against Derby. I wonder whether Sheffield Wednesday would go as rudimentary as Derby did to counteract Barnsley. Would they dare? Because Derby basically just turned the game into a bit of a freak show, didn't they, in that one? But they're the only team not to lose to Barnsley, so it works better than everybody else's approach. Look at Wednesday's recent away form. It's horrible. So for me, look, if it's almost a bit of a case of Barnsley are quite hot favourites with or without Mowat. You just wonder whether if they did have to go without Mowat, whether that would help in any way for Sheffield Wednesday. Let's have a look at your predictions. Are you lot seeing a 10th win in 11 games for Barnsley? Are we getting on the Barnsley Express? I think we should, shouldn't we? Mark Warburton derby. How did I miss that one? Deary me. Locomotive time. Everyone aboard the Barnsley train. Are we? Well, we need to find out whether I'm on it again this weekend. George Lewis Graben as well. Lewis Graben's a pretty safe answer for a lot of championship ones. Right, Leeds 2021 is on the Barnsley train. So is Frankie. So is Henry. So is Liam. No stopping the Barnsley train. Home. Wednesday, because I went for Blackburn, so I might as well go all in. There we go. The Barnsley Express. Wednesday to get a surprise away win, says Peter. Draw. Must say, Peter put up the bounty for our pre-season predictions. We're going to be starting looking at them again soon, Peter. So thank you again for that. Interesting. 30 yards off Reach's backside equaliser. If that happens, get a bet on that, Wayne Brown. Let's keep scrolling through these. Home, Barnsley, choo-choo. Closer than most people think. Already done Watford. Yes, I'm excited for every championship game. And there you go. Go on then. All aboard. Choo-choo. Home. Let's go for Barnsley to win 10 in 11 games in sensational fashion in a local derby there against Sheffield Wednesday. Moving on, and we're talking Reading. It's Reading versus QPR. Let's have a look at the lay of the land for this one. And there's a bit of a sense that Reading are trending downwards, isn't there? Performance is okay, but results in the last two, 1 point in 2 games. And as we've said repeatedly, with the runs that the likes of Norwich, Watford and Barnsley have been on recently, 1 point in 2 games totally screws you over. Even Cardiff before then as well, when people are putting 4s and 6s on the board every 2 games, is very, very hard to be able to cope with any type of 2-game situation like that. Reading lost at Birmingham in the week, didn't they? Some concern from Reading fans. They've been so good and been in the playoffs all season, or in the top 2 for some of it, and in the playoffs for the rest of the season. Are they going to run out of steam? Has the Barnsley locomotive stolen all the steam from the other top 6 teams? Get your predictions in. Reading, draw, or QPR for this one. Rangers are good, aren't they? If anyone can get the number up for me, and someone did this for me the other day and I've already forgotten, I would be guessing that Rangers have got 9 wins in... I reckon 9 wins in 14. Can someone check that for me? So over quite a decent sample size, Rangers are quite good. I know there's the odd defeat spotted in there, but, if you extrapolate that over the whole season, they're much higher in the table than a perfectly serviceable 12th at the moment, given, the big picture at Rangers. Let's look at the homes and aways. Reading there, 2 straight home wins. Slight change of system. Oh, that's good of you, SofaScore. Thank you. Let's go back to the home table. There we go. 2 straight home wins against Blackburn and Wednesday without conceding any goals. As I was saying, a bit of a change of system with sort of I don't know what you want to call it, a diamond midfield, or 3 sitters and a number 10, whatever you want to call it, and then 2 up top. And Maite's been in quite good form as well. So there are some positives for Reading, but all about the points in the bank at this stage of the season. Now, there's not the time to build up performance and hope the points come later. And Rangers, that's their away form. 3 wins and a draw in 5. So plenty of points there, 10 in 5, really decent. The defeat, solitary one, came at Birmingham. Birmingham becoming a fortress now, that dreadful home record for Blues over there. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat on this one. Reading, QPR, or draw. Let's have a look here. Right, I think are we here? Draw, Rangers, draw, Rangers. Do you think if Eze was in this QPR team for a whole season, they would get automatics? He's good. I'm not sure he's that good, but they obviously stick Eze in your team. You're probably higher up the table, aren't you? Rangers home, draw, Rangers, draw. Good. A couple of Readings at the bottom there for us as well. This is a tricky one to call. I'm going to go with the majority of the chat, which said draw. I've got no away wins yet in my first 6. I wonder if we can remedy that now, because we are going to really test your knowledge. We're going to the FA Cup, and it's Bournemouth versus Southampton. Now, you'll have to forgive me because I study 5 Premier League teams, and Southampton is not one of them. So I know Southampton are not in good form at the moment, and they've had a horrible slide from sort of 2nd or 3rd place. I know they have Ward-Prowse, who's superlative at set plays, and Bednarek and Vestergaard. I know they have a manager who has a similar pressing style to Valérien Ismaël, but at the moment not quite so well organised. Is Danny Ings fit as well? They have Danny Ings, don't they? Southampton, who's very good. Other than that, I'll have to plead the 5th on Southampton. So I need your help with this one. Give me your predictions. FA Cup, Bournemouth, draw, or Southampton. Can we have a draw? I don't think we can have a replay in the FA Cup, can we? We might have to go just Bournemouth or Southampton, and you might have to put after extra time as well. So Bournemouth had a great win, didn't they? And our good friend Chris, who's always commenting in the channel, Chris the Millwall fan, has rightly pointed out that stringing a 90 minutes together has been hard for Bournemouth. They've had a good half followed by a bad half followed by a good half. But they nailed it against Swansea in the week, didn't they? Very good performance. Some sense that Swans were a little bit tired. Obviously, if you're in this point in the season and it's COVID as well, and FA Cup, if you're not going to win it, kind of gets in the way, doesn't it? What are we up to as well? It's a quarter-final as well. So Bournemouth could get into the Cup semi-final. So it is a game well worth winning, but then the same for Southampton. But can Bournemouth beat a Premier League team? I suspect not, but let's see what you guys are saying here. Home, at work, but I'm not. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's why I didn't read that out, Alex, because I didn't want to get into that without knowing the information. So thank you. Saints. Southampton difference in standards between the worst 20 teams in the Championship and the whole Premier League. Yeah, true. Lots of love for Che Adams here. The Borwich derby. Nice. Arthur Borwich. Saints could be a proper battering. Okay, then. Well, I'm almost pleased that I can predict an away win then. Not that I know too much about Southampton, but let's do it. Away! We are going for a Southampton win. And we are moving on to 2 teams that I can actually talk about with a vague amount of knowledge. Millwall and Borough. Get your predictions in this. Millwall, draw, or Borough. Millwall are the home side. And is there a little chink of a playoff light shining on Borough? If there was anyone else other than Warnock in the dugout, you'd all be saying, nah, get out of here, Ben. But it's Warnock, isn't it? 56 off, 5 off Reading. And a lot of you had Reading not winning this weekend. So, for example, if Reading were to draw and Borough were to win, with Bournemouth playing in the FA Cup and Cardiff having to play Swansea, this does feel quite nice for Borough. I think a lot of you have pointed out to me a run of 3 or 4 tricky games for Borough and then a nice run-in. So can they stay close and in touch going into the run-in? I think they've got some easier games as the season pans out. But yeah, I kind of interrupted my own point there. If it's a Reading draw and a Borough win, it's 62-59. So they're within a game of the playoffs then with 8 to go. So I'm sure that's what Warnock will be in his brilliantly charismatically Northern Warnocky way. I'm sure that's what he'll be telling his players. Millwall, well, their fans, and we've got plenty of Millwall friends here, were furious with the second half against QPR. They were 2-0 up and lost 3-2, and a real sense that they, chucked that away in disappointing fashion rather than, Millwall turning into Holland 1978 and, playing them off the park. So Let's have a look at the homes and aways. Can you give me your predictions, please? Millwall, draw, or Borough, please, guys. There's the Millwall home form. Across the season, really bad. Only 4 wins, but 3 wins in the last 5. So it's very, very much picked up. And they lost at home to Blackburn, didn't they, in the last one? Borough's away form, couple of wins in there. Defeats at Swansea and at Derby. And I think we all know that maybe in that Swansea game with the Boller disallowed goal and the timing of the penalty, they could have got more, couldn't they, in that one? What are you guys saying in the chat here? Remember, it is Rowett versus Warnock as well, in terms of draw knock, as he always it gets alluded to here at least once. This is obviously the George Saville derby, isn't it? Let's have a look here. Borough, draw, home. Where are we looking here? Millwall says Henry. Borough over 2.5 goals. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're on the right track there on the dude. Borough. Anything else here? Borough, Millwall, Borough, draw, Borough, draw. There we go. I know this is going to be the archetypal unhelpful one, but I've got to do it. Draw. I just think Rowett and Warnock, it seems too obvious, doesn't it? I know the Championship often, when it looks obvious, it goes completely the other way. But I've got to go for a draw here. I think those two managers can be risk averse at times, can't they? So let's assume that's going to be the case. Stoke versus Derby. Speaking of Gary Rowett or Tommins, let's call it the Gary Rowett derby then. Stoke versus Derby. Get your predictions in for this one. Stoke, I mean, they've been up to the bar. They've ordered a nice cold, nice cold beer in a bottle. They've got their beach towels out. They've got the brollies. They had to save their sun loungers nice and early, Stoke, because they wanted to get on the beach before everybody else. I've got to stop with this on the beach stuff, haven't I? Deary me. So, yes, some sense that Stoke are right in the middle of the table. Look at that. 12 points off playoffs and 17 off relegation. So it could be more beachy-fied. I suppose that falls to Preston, maybe Luton with the points, but particularly with Luton, a bit more of a sense of an upward direction of travel there, isn't there? So Stoke just tailed off. Key point in the season when teams like Cardiff, Barnsley, Watford and Norwich all went on really good runs, leading up to this home straight. Stoke went on a poor one, and you can see there, even in those last 5 games, just the 4 points, and it's just not going to get you anywhere near when McCarthy was doing 6 straight wins and Barnsley 7, and even further up teams doing things. But that's the state of play for Stoke. For Derby, well, I wonder if they can take that second half performance, which had against Brentford, which had Kazim Richards and Gregory on. It had Sibley more centrally, didn't it? I wonder if Rooney's had a look at that and thought, okay, went toe-to-toe with Brentford, but we've had this before. Sometimes you have to be forced into doing something, and being 2-0 down at home at half-time, I think was made Rooney play what was possibly a Hail Mary, but turned out to look quite good. Get your predictions in. Stoke, draw, or Derby. Let's see the homes and aways, and then we'll go to your comments. Stoke at home. That's good recently, isn't it? Look at that. 10 points in 5. I didn't expect that to be quite so good. Derby away, rubbish. Look at that. 1 point in 4 in recent times. What are you guys saying in the chat? Let's hope you're talking sense. You normally are. What have we got here? Show my message, please, Ben. There you go, Ross. Done. Where are we? There we go. Right, okay. Stoke, draw. No Gregory or Kazim Richards. Really, Lewis? Oh, I did not know that. Interesting. Stoke, draw. Are we saying Derby have got no strikers then? Stoke. Interesting. Lewis, what's the deal here? Are they hurt or suspended, or what's happening? I'll take a draw if we play like we did in the first half Wednesday. We won't lose. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're talking... we're on a different game there. Talking Millwall, I think. Away, Stoke, Derby. Oh, of course. Gregory can't play. He's on loan from Stoke. Duh. I've got with the programme. Draw. Derby win. Draw. Stoke doing a Chris... Nice. What are we saying? What are we saying on this one? I don't want to go for another draw, for goodness sake. Given what Lewis has said to me about the Derby striking options, it's just Stoke are so naff going forward as well, aren't they? If Powell doesn't score, I think Fletcher's hurt as well, isn't he? Is this game going to be 0-0? I don't know. Right, okay, I'm going to play my Joker. I haven't done it yet today. Right, here I go. Here comes the Joker. Away. The Joker is a new thing I'm allowed to play where I do not have to justify my prediction using any logic at all. So there you go. Derby have got no strikers and aren't winning any games away from home. So I'll go for Derby. You've got to have one in the Championship, haven't you? Right, let's move on. And it is Bristol City versus Rotherham. Rotherham, who hold the keys to the entire relegation picture. I know I sound like a broken record, but everyone makes projections and predictions about the bottom of the table in the same way they do as the top of the table. And you shouldn't do that, because the one thing guaranteed at the top of the table is teams will win. That's literally why they're there. Whereas at the bottom, you can't do it in the same way, because teams do not win down at the bottom. And as I keep saying, there is no relegation chase if Rotherham don't win any games. Everything stays where it is, doesn't it? So Rotherham have the keys to all of this in terms of the movement at the bottom. Rotherham dropped 6 points behind Birmingham in the week, and they have many games in hand. 4 on Birmingham and Wickham and Derby and Forest. 3 on everybody else. Bristol City, I think Nigel Pearson was quite pleased with Bristol City drawing at Blackburn. He seemed quite pleased with their fight and the scruffiness. I assume Dan Bentley will be back. They're still so short at centre-half, though, aren't they? Bristol City. Home form there, horrible. And that even includes Pearson because he lost to Bournemouth, didn't he? And they also lost to QPR. So they really need something at home. Rotherham's away form's not bad, actually, is it? Look at that, 9 points in 5. That's good, actually, isn't it? Not bad is underselling that. And obviously, big win at Sheffield Wednesday. But it didn't feel like a viable win. It was a smash and grab, wasn't it? After a red card with a very, very late goal. Now, in terms of narrative, a Rotherham win puts the cat amongst the pigeons. It could start to get boring if we have a situation this weekend where Rotherham don't pick up points and one or other of Coventry and Birmingham win. By the way, we've got Coventry-Rotherham coming up in a few games' time, I think. We've done the homes and aways. Let's go to your comments on this one. Bristol City versus Rotherham. What are you guys saying in this one? There we go. John Galley derby. Don't worry, Ben. Late 60s. Okay. John Galley. Who is this? Bristol City and Rotherham. Zach Viner. He played for both? Am I thinking of the right guy? Someone will tell me. There we go. Jerry Gow. Nice. Kieran Agard. Tremendous. Right, home, draw, home. City. There you go, Kate. Surprise Rotherham win. City. Oh, Nathan Baker is back. Is he anywhere close to playing, Liam? God, they need him, don't they? Hopefully no COVID issues at Vicarage Road after the Hornets trip to Rotherham, who had 25 positive results from tests taken last week. Oof, that's not good, is it? Head Bristol City, heart Rotherham. It's the classical dilemma between the head and the heart. I don't want this to happen because I think it'll be boring down at the bottom of the table. Home. If this does happen, we can get a situation where there is no relegation push. Let's just assume that Birmingham have got a very, very hard game, and we'll talk about Coventry, so it may not matter too much yet, but there is a scenario where the bottom three are cut off, that involves Rotherham not scoring many points in the next few games. Right, Preston versus Luton. Get your predictions in. The ever hard to predict Preston at home to Luton. Let me bring the table up properly. Luton I've been full of praise for. Expectations different for Preston and for Luton. We assume Preston as a stable championship side that have done some good recruitment. Couple of top half finishes would be higher than where they are. But Luton, 47 from 36. With a chance of mid-50s or pushing 60 if they can get 13 points from those last 10 games. Great stuff for Luton. Very, very impressive. Everyone's enjoying Adebayo up top for them as well. And Preston, stinking it out last 4 games. Only 1 point in there. We have this fun stat with both of these teams, actually. So Preston's home form is atrocious. 21st in the league, but better recently. Look at that, 5 points in 3. But remember, at the start of the season, they won all their away games and lost all their home games inexplicably. Get your predictions in, by the way. Preston, draw, or Luton. And then Luton, the away form is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. 8 goals means 6 wins and 2 draws. Utterly sensational S-housery from Luton away from home to have 20 points from 8 goals, which is so many fewer than everybody else. Look, Brentford have got 30. Tremendous work from Luton away from home. Let's go straight to the comments because I fancy Luton to have 1 goal and another 3 points. Excuse me, in this one. Let's see what you guys are saying. There we go. Right. Away, Luton, draw. Away, Luton. Preston are a strange bunch. Fancy them to nick it. Erratic. Away, Luton. Luton. Only lost 1 game to the teams below us. Interesting. They're at home, so loss for them. Probably wrong. Luton, draw. Was there not a single Preston prediction in there? Goodness me. Come on, let's do it then. Away. Let's go for a Luton away win. Why the hell not? I just wanted to read that one. What did that say? 29 days until Luton-Watford. Oof. That will be interesting, especially given what Watford are going for and how motivated Luton will be to get one over on the old Hornets there. Has Neil got a touchline ban? He will have, won't he? Good point, that, Danny. He got red carded. Although I think it's ridiculous now, the touchline bans. I think they can go and sit in the stand and just shout from the stand. Or Paul Lambert had one for Ipswich where he was just sat on a walkie-talkie in the stand. So about 15 seats behind where he would have been anyway. Right, Coventry versus Wycombe is our last one for today, guys. Get your predictions in. Coventry, draw, or Wycombe. Coventry look okay. And they look like they need just a couple more wins. I know they're close down there, but adding up these points totals, 2 more wins for Cov would take them to 44. Do we think Rotherham are going to get above 44, especially given Coventry play Rotherham? Absolutely key game coming up. But this one also is a key game because it's a chance for Coventry at home, or adopted home, whatever you want to call it, to play one of only 4 teams below them in the league table. Can they get the 3 points? Would take them to 41 if they can get the win, Coventry. And we know that we've got Rotherham going to Bristol City and Birmingham going to Watford. Could be a potential one circled on Mark Robins' calendar this weekend. Wickham, they get the odd win, don't they? They got that win. It was against Reading, wasn't it? That one. Then let me just double check. But it's just surrounded by. Sorry, it was against Preston. Excuse me. But just surrounded by defeats there. Let's look at the homes and aways. Coventry at home, pretty good. 6 points in the last 3. You know me, 2 points per game over any more than one game at any point in the season is worth having. And they've done it over a 3-game sample size there. 7 wins at home over the course of the season, certainly better than they are away from home. Wickham's away record, only 9 points. Well, they've scored more goals than Luton, but got 11 points less, which amuses me. Apologies to Wickham fans for being amused by that. And they've lost 3 straight games and have only 1 point in the last 4. I'm going to go ahead of the chat. And this is famous last words in the Championship because everything points towards home. Let's go for a home win and Coventry to beat Wycombe Wanderers and take one step closer to safety. Let's have a look here. Callum played 11, won 10 against Wycombe. Always seemed to beat them. McFadzean's red card appeal. So before, interesting. Coventry never play 4 at the back, do they, Callum? It's been a free consistently this season, hasn't it? Always good insight from Callum when it comes to Cov. Wycombe, Cov. Not football related, but is barbecue sauce on a kebab normal? Of course it is. They have big, huge bottles of it in the kebab joint, don't they? Wycombe, Cov. Kate, you're speaking my language. Unhelpful draw. Love that. Draw, chili and burger sauce. All the important stuff getting discussed here. Cov, 20 miles from home. That's tremendous. So I've already given my call on that one and gone for a home win. So I won't go over all my predictions, but I think it's going to be a good day for Watford. And I think it's going to be a good day for Coventry. And I think it's going to be a bad day for Swansea. I think it's going to be a bad day for Reading as well. No, but do you know what? I can see all of those 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, especially with Bournemouth not playing. You could see, other than Barnsley probably, none of them winning, can't you? Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. So can we just do a quick poll here? You got 2 choices here for the Saturday Super Stream. And can you just type in early or late? And I'll tell you what early is and I'll tell you what late is. Early would be the second half of Brentford Forest and all the 3 p.m s and then finish at 5 past. So that's early. Late would be I'll start literally at 3 p.m. or 5 to, because that's all StreamYard can do per 5 minutes. And then we'll go all the way round to 5:30 and then we'll do Swansea versus Cardiff. So let me know, would you rather early Super Stream or late? I might need to write in a 5-minute break in there somewhere because that'll be 4.5 hours. And I don't know if I can sit here that still. Yeah. Late, but beware Shaley. I'll take the whole day off on Sunday. Late. Okay. Only one shout for early, Robert. You're on your own, buddy. Latte from Jack. Nice. Okay. It looks like we're going late with the Super Stream. I will, of course, have to okay that with HQ. either way, we will be live. We'll definitely be doing the 3 p.m.s tomorrow, and either a bit before or a bit after. We will find out. I hear you all here late. I hear you all. We try and give you what you want. What else was I going to say? Tonight I'm going to be doing Fulham and Leeds. It's a dearly departed game, so you may not be interested. But if you are, then come and join us for that one. Sunday, well, we'll see if I have to take the day off. But I might well be doing Sheffield United and Chelsea. It won't be any championship stuff. Then we'll do the championship review on Monday. And then, by God, it's the international break. So get your content ideas in for that one. Let's say thank you once again to the Donovan brothers who sponsor our show in love and memory of Michael, South East London, a lifelong Millwall fan, admirer of this show. Thank you to the Donovans, and obviously great respect to the memory of their late brother Michael. You can get involved over on Patreon. No super chats today, no King of the Bin. You can also do that, and maybe we'll get some of that tonight. YouTube as well. If you're still here, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell. If you want to shout out, let me know here. Mill, always worth a mill. Late. Only need to say it once, David. See you tonight, says Robert. Late, please, but have a few breaks. Am I allowed more than one break in a stream? Maybe we need to pencil a few in. I'll actually write them into the running order and put them on the tick, and maybe we'll do that. Right, thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been Championship Preview and Predictions. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And all that remains for me to do is say over and find the right clip to click on. There we go, over. And out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.